So you just clicked on this video and you're probably wondering, what the fuck is King D on about now, on about a time machine? Well, stick around for this one because it's going to help save your life. Before we get into this video, I want to give a quick shout out to Josh Jables. He's been kind enough to allow me to promote my work on his Facebook page, which I will leave in the description. And if you want to check him out on YouTube, then please do so. He's got some very interesting content, very similar to my own as well. So help each other out. He's a cracking lad as well. I've been talking to him. So yeah, check him out. So let's get into the video then, shall we? Now I will say I have been to the future and it looks pretty shit to me for a lot of you. And before we go into the future together, let's have a look at the present now first, shall we? How many of you right now are actually happy or content in life? I dare say for the majority of you, you're not. Not one bit. Maybe you hate your job and you spend most of your life there. Maybe once or twice you're lucky enough to get away on a holiday. But you never quite enjoy yourself, do you? Because you know you got to go back to that shit life. Maybe you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see. Maybe you're a slave to your comforts and you can't help yourself but binge eat, binge watch Netflix while sitting on your arse, scrolling on your phone in all your free time. Maybe you've got some serious bad habits like drinking, drugs, porn, anything that's going to give you some kind of escape from this shitty life you live in. And I'm going to assume for most of you that each week is exactly the same. It's one week after the next and they're all the same. Work, home, sit on your arse, play on your phone, all that kind of shit. With a job you can't stand and you're doing the same thing week in, week out. And it's the same things you've been doing for a long, long time. So come on then, hop in, take a seat in my DeLorean. We're going to go on a little journey. You don't need to bother with your seatbelt either. There's not much you haven't seen already. So, let's fast forward to 1 year, shall we? There you are. You sat on the sofa after a hard day at that shit job you don't like. Oh, and you're watching Netflix again. In fact, you're hardly even watching it. You sat there scrolling on your phone, aren't you? And it's the same shit posts and memes you were looking at last year. And you're still doing them same bad habits, and you still don't look very happy to me. You are no better off than you were last year. In fact, you're probably even worse because all the bills keep going up and that. But your wages aren't. It's basically a shit version of Groundhog Day. And for those in denial thinking, hang on King D, I think your time machine's broke. This is exactly the same as where I'm at now. Well, it's not the time machine that's broke. So we'll fast forward another 5 years, say then, shall we? Oh look, you're still sat on that sofa. And you're still half watching Netflix while you're scrolling on your phone. Killing your brain cells. Oh, and you're still at that same job you hate too. Now if you're still thinking this time machine's broke, have a look a little bit closer now. That belly's getting a bit bigger, isn't it? That pizza you're tucking into looks nice though, doesn't it? Although I bet you're getting sick of them now, aren't you? But what else has changed? Maybe you got that promotion. Maybe you finally paid off that debt for that car that you bought to impress the neighbours. But that car ain't so shiny and new now though, is it? Now you want another one. And you're still miserable, aren't you? And them bad habits are getting worse and worse, aren't they? Them quick fixes and them escapes, they're not so enjoyable now, are they? Not like they was before. Maybe that one cheeky bottle of wine a night isn't quite doing it anymore. Maybe now you're drinking 2 bottles of wine a night. And that endless scrolling on your phone, you're not enjoying that either, are you? But you're still doing it. And them novelty takeaways, they're getting more frequent now, aren't they? They've become the norm now and you're not enjoying them either, are you? And maybe that porn you're watching on the night time, that's not quite doing it for you anymore, is it? Maybe you're spending longer on that too, just to get that same level of dopamine you were getting earlier. As you can see, year by year, you're getting more and more numb to it all. all that instant gratification, and the bad habits. Now you can't even function without them. You can't function without a drink on a night time, or rubbing one out on the night time before you go to sleep to some dead-eyed porn star getting cum on. What a wonderful way to spend your evening. And everything's getting gradually shitter and shitter, which you've probably noticed in your present time as well. Well, they ain't gonna get any better in 5-6 years, and you ain't getting any younger either. Time is ticking, and you've just lost another 6 years doing the same shit day in, day out. Now, I'm not going any further, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm already depressed as it is. Looking 6 years forward, I don't want to see any further for you, and I dare say you've seen enough as well. So we're going to go back to the present, and I hope you've seen enough of the future to want to change it. So now we're back in the present, and you've had a glimpse of that shit future now, haven't you? So what are we going to do about it? Well, first off, I hope your main takeaway from this is that how you spend your days is how you spend your life. Remembering this is absolutely key. If you're currently unhappy with your current lifestyle, then you have to make a change. And it's not going to be easy. And it's not going to fix itself either. So what we've got to do, we've got to give up these bad habits and replace them with good ones. Get a body you can be proud of. Instead of eating all that crap food, lift weights, not burgers. Instead of exploring on that computer game you keep wasting your life on, you can put the pad down and explore the real world. Go on a real adventure. Instead of beating your meat to pixels on a screen, you can actually go out there, put yourself out there and meet real women. Experience the beauty of real love. You can switch off the social media as well and focus your attention on the people that really matter in your life and work on that human connection. Because it is dying by the day. Life is fucking short, people. I'm halfway to 70 and it is flown. I've got to get busy with life and make the most of all I've got left. And I owe it to the little boy me that wanted to be this, that and the other when I was a kid. Now, never in a million years did I want to sit on my arse looking at a screen all my whole life. And I'm pretty sure none of you lot did either. So if you are struggling to make changes in your life, feel free, pop in the DeLorean over there and go back in time and have a word with your past self, that child that had all these big ideas and dreams, yeah, and then you tell them where you are in life. I think they're going to be pretty disappointed, don't you? So they're going to be looking at you thinking,
what do you mean? I've got the world there. I can do anything I want in my life. I can explore it. I can do all these great things. I can build things, build myself, do all this. And all I'm going to do is sit on my arse on a sofa watching shit on the telly and scrolling on a phone.
I'm pretty sure all of you, your past you, is going to have a bit of an issue with that. You've got one life. Is that really how you want to spend it? I do not think so. And I will say positive change is never easy. It's really not. And giving up the instant gratification is tough. But it is worth it. And you can do it. No one grew up wanting to work a job that they hate, where you spend half your life there and it's just chipping away at your soul. Nobody. No one grew up wanting to play on some shitty device for the rest of their life either. No one wanted to live through a fucking screen. Not when there's a beautiful world out there to explore. Make a change. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And tell a friend as well. And be the best you. And do it for you. And that little past you as well.